Mr. Parliamentarian Nolan Black. Mr. Parliamentarian, as you light your candle, may I remind you that the shield, a vital part of your Skills USA emblem, represents patriotism. The symbol of your office, the shield, denotes the belief in democracy, liberty, and the American way of life. Please repeat after me. I, Nolan Black, promise to fulfill the duties of my office as parliamentarian to the best of my ability. I now present you with the pen of your office and declare you duly obligated and installed as parliamentarian of the Southwest District Skills USA for 2020-2021.
Madam Reporter, Jordan Wickshaw. Madam Reporter, as you light your candle, may I remind you that the symbol of your office is the gear, symbolic of the industrial society, which denotes the interdependence and cooperation of the individual working together with labor and management for the betterment of mankind. Please repeat after me. I,
Jordan Wickshaw,
promise to fulfill the duties of my office
promise to fulfill the duties of my office
as reporter to the best of my ability.
as reported to the best of my ability.
I now present you with the pen of your office and declare you duly obligated and installed as reporter of the Southwest District Skills USA for 2020-2021.
Mr. Treasurer Landon Volcock. Mr. Treasurer, as you light your candle, may I remind you that the flaming torch, the symbol of your office, reflects the light of knowledge, which dispels the darkness of ignorance. In the light of the torch, progress will be made toward the career and technical goals of the individual. Please repeat after me. I, Landon Volcock,
I, Landon Volcock,
promise to fulfill the duties of my office
promise to fulfill the duties of my office
as treasurer
as treasurer
to the best of my ability.
to the best of my ability.
I now present you with the pen of your office and declare you duly obligated and installed as treasurer for Southwest District Skills USA for 2020 and 2021.
Madam Secretary, Michaela Lombard. Madam Secretary, as you light your candle, may I remind you that the symbol of your office, the orbital circles, represents the challenge of modern technology. They signify the training needed to accept and master the challenge of new technical frontiers and the need for continuous education. Please repeat after me.
I, Michaela Lombard,
Promise to fulfill the duties of my office
promise to fulfill the duties of my office
as secretary to the best of my ability.
as secretary to the best of my ability.
I now present you with the pen of your office and declare you duly obligated and installed as secretary of Southwest District Skills USA for 2020-2021.
Mr. Vice President, Brace Graffing. Mr. Vice President, as you light your candle, may I remind you that the symbol of your office are the hands. The hands represent the individual and portray a search for knowledge and a desire to acquire skill. In the process, we develop a dignity for work and become productive and responsible citizens. Please repeat after me. I, Brace Graffing,
I, Brace Graffing,
promise to fulfill the duties of my office
promise to fulfill the duties of my office
as Vice President
as Vice President
to the best of my ability.
to the best of my ability.
I now present you with the pen of your office and declare you duly obligated and installed as Vice President of the Southwest District Skills USA for 2020-2021.
Madam Historian, Emily Miller. Madam Historian, as you light your candle, reflect upon the colors, the symbol of your office. Red and white represent the individual states and their clubs. Blue represents the unity between states and clubs. Gold represents the individual, the energetic and enthusiastic force that drives Skills USA. Please repeat after me. I
Emily Miller,
promise to fulfill the duties of my office
promise to fulfill the duties of my office
as historian to the best of my ability.
as historian to the best of my ability.
I now present you the pen of your office and declare you duly obligated and installed as historian of the Southwest District Skills USA for 2020 and 2021.
Mr. President, Christopher Anderson. Mr. President, as you light your candle, may I remind you that the symbols of your office are the letters Skills USA. Each of these letters alone means very little, but together they represent the strength of our organization. In the same respect, each of your officers alone can do little, but together they can work to carry out the activities and duties of Skills USA organization. So I urge you to lead your officers in working together in and for the strength of Skills USA. Please repeat after me. I, Christopher Anderson,
I, Christopher Anderson,
promise to fulfill the duties of my office
promise to fulfill the duties of my office
as President
as President
to the best of my ability.
to the best of my ability.
I now present you with the pen of your office and declare you duly obligated and installed as President of the Southwest District Skills USA for 2020 and 2021.
Ladies and gentlemen, may I present to you your 2020-2021 Southwest District Skills USA Officer Team.
The meeting will come to order. The thought of the day will be given by Madam Secretary.
There are two ways of spreading light, to be the candle or the mirror that reflects it, by Edith Wharton.
The emblem is symbolic of the Skills USA organization. You're about to witness the emblem ceremony where each component will be given its meaning and the colors as described. Mr. Parliamentarian.
The shield represents patriotism. The shield denotes our beliefs in democracy, liberty, and the American way of life. Madam Reporter.
The gear represents the industrial society. The gear symbolic denotes interdependence and cooperation to the individual working with labor and management for the betterment of mankind. Mr. Treasurer.
The torch represents knowledge. The flaming torch reflects
the light of knowledge which dispels the darkness of ignorance. In the light of the torch, progress will be made towards the vocational goals of the individual. Madam Secretary.
The orbit circles represent technology. The circles represent the challenge of modern technology and the training needed to accept and master for new technical frontiers and the need for continuous education. Mr. Vice President.
The hands represent the individual. The hands portray the search for knowledge and the desire to learn a skill. In the process of obtaining knowledge and skills, we will develop a respect for the dignity of work and become productive and responsible citizens. Madam Historian.
With the affixing of the golden hand, we add our final official color of Skills USA. Each color of the emblem represents our organization. The red and the white represent the individual, states, and chapters. The blue represents the common union of the states and the chapters. And the gold represents the individual, are the most important element of Skills USA. Mr. President.
All of these components constitute our emblem. Separately, they can be applied to many organizations, but as one unit, they represent the fundamental principles and purposes of our organization. The emblem represents Skills USA. As I rap the gavel, will you please stand and join us in respecting the flag with the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I now declare the Skills USA Fall State Leadership Conference open. Thank you for participating and enjoy the conference.